Hey, we're not live, but we're doing a podcast. I'm your host, Scotty Rocker, with my guest host.
Yeah, sorry. A little off key. Joshua McKenzie, or Josh McKenzie. Yeah.
All right. Well, Josh, welcome to Studio Underground here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, and here we've already been talking for like a half an hour about all kinds of stuff. So we should probably just let it fly. What's on your mind?
Oh man, what's not on my mind at this point? You know,
at this point, with a lot going on locally, and of course, out in the country and whatnot.
Yeah.
We were talking about lightsabers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I showed Josh my my Sith lightsaber I got from Savi's workshop down there at Disney World, and you did that experience too, didn't you?
Yeah. So, man, we've did it. It's been 4 years now.
Oh wow!
Roughly.
Yeah.
We got to go during the pandemic, which was an interesting
no kidding
situation.
So 2020.
Yeah. It was towards the end. It was around Christmas 2020.
Oh wow!
January 2021. So
yeah,
a lot different now than what it was then, but it was a great experience.
Yeah, they changed it up.
Yeah,
they changed it up because when you look at some of the menus and I like that, and then you get in there and that's not available. It changed or upgraded or something. But
we recently went back this last January, and I kind of wanted to do it again because for one, it's a great experience.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Savi's.
Yeah,
Savi's workshop.
Yeah, it was. We went with our kids, and so me and my 3 boys, we all built one at the time.
Wow.
So there's 4 styles to choose from.
Yeah,
and so we each picked a different one. We each picked a different color of crystal.
Cool.
So we kind of ran the whole gambit of everything.
That to me, that is so cool, Josh, that you can take those crystals, interchange them in those lightsabers, and get that color blade.
Oh yeah, and
my gosh,
the sounds change too.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So,
how in the world do they do that? They're so good. Man.
It's incredible. Well, especially so if you go with like the white crystal, you'll put that in there and it'll have more of a hum, more of like a buzzing hum instead of like a normal like lightsaber hum.
Huh.
Where like the blue and green and the red will have more of your traditional.
So that changes too. Mm-hmm. Well, that's absolutely ingenious. Now I didn't know that. I just thought the color changed. Wow. Yeah. Learned something new today.
Yeah, I'll have to bring, because I think I've got every color except for the black crystal. So
that one's rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard one to find.
And I'm sure you'd pay a pretty penny for that. But well, when you come across it, I don't get stuff like I don't get on eBay.
Yeah,
okay.
Same. Yeah.
I have to find it personally.
Yeah.
So you might have saw my my Funko Pops collection.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so they're in the stairwell on the way down, and they're all bass players, minus the Edge and Bono from U2. But they don't get to sit on the Wall of Fame with the bass players, So, but my main one that I wanted was Lemmy Kilmister.
Yeah.
From Motorhead, and people are like, every time I go into GameStop or wherever store that had, well, we can order it for you. I'm, oh no.
No, yeah.
No,
it's more rewarding.
And sure enough, I found it, and I can't remember where it was. I think it was Fort Wayne in the mall. And I found him. There he was after 2 years, every time I was in a store with Funko Pops, I'm looking for Lemmy. And of course, I'd see another bass player, and I'm going, oh, yeah, I'll take that bass player. Yeah. And there he was. And he's front and center on my, I'll show you when
I'll check that out.
But being there, right? So if you find that black crystal, that's going to mean more. I think.
How many do we buy? We bought like 3 or 4 of the red crystals.
So y'all could have one.
So we could try to find, the one, and we didn't get lucky enough. But it's all right. It's like playing the lotto a little bit. You're thinking the whole time, you're like, I got a chance, and then you get it, and you're like, I didn't win anything, but it's okay.
Okay, so you can't buy it. It's not a black crystal.
No, it's red.
It's red.
So it'll come in the red tube.
Okay.
So you're buying a red Sith crystal.
Yeah.
And then, you got one. Yeah.
Here's my. I think my blue one's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they look like, folks. Little kyber crystal. most powerful element in the Star Wars galaxy. That's what fueled the Death Star.
Death Star. Yeah.
Thanks to Rogue One, we found that out.
You know, I really enjoyed that they kind of incorporated some of that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, before we get into that, so you buy a red crystal, and is it supposed to resemble the black?
No, so the blade will still be red.
Oh,
so it'll still be red, but it'll have just the crystals black, and it's like one in man, I don't know what the odds are, but it's like one in so many that you have an opportunity to get.
Oh, so it's in the in that container.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why they started like wrapping them in like a black paper or something, so because people were taking their cell phones
and shining the light, trying to see it.
Yeah. Ah! So they kind of started wrapping them up. So, you know, because you'd have people sitting over there for 10, 15 minutes lighting them all up. And,
heck yeah. I guess I can't blame them, but at the same time, it's like winning the lotto. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a thrill. I mean, it's, you know, it's fun. And then they've also got a red and green crystal. They're like, they kind of turn, so if you get the Jedi holocron or the Sith holocron and you put it in there and then like you hold the like activation buttons that they've got on the sides or whatever, it acts like a magic 8-ball.
Oh, right.
So it's
very cool.
We bought like everything we could.
Yeah. When you go down there and you're a big fan like that, it's like my son and I, we kind of went overboard. But you know, my lightsaber's right over there. I film videos with it.
Yeah.
I play with it and practice down here, you know.
It's fun. I mean, you know, when you're a kid and you watch Star Wars, what's the one thing, like, other than, like, the helmets look great.
Right.
You know, they're cool. But that's the one thing that, I mean, at least me, like.
It's got to be most of us, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing better than watching a lightsaber fire up on in those movies.
It's incredible. Like, the first time I remember, you know, watching the prequel trilogy. And, you know, the first time, that very first scene when they're in the...
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, when they
first light them up, you're just like, oh.
Oh, yeah, that was 2 blue lightsabers. I was like, whoa.
Well, Qui-Gon had the green, right?
Oh, yeah, yep. So we had blue and green at the same time,
Yeah.
And it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then when Darth Maul, of course, you know, did both of them there. Oh, that was so cool.
Was it the trailer, right? The trailer's the first time you see him, the doors open, and you're just, I mean, I'm getting kind of goosebumps thinking about it. You know, I'm 10 years old, I believe, 9, 10.
Yeah? Is that how old you were in 99 when that movie came out?
Shoot, let's see. No, man, I was 13. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was way off on my age.
Well, that's a good age to see that movie.
Yeah.
Because I was pretty young when, heck, my grandmother took me to see the first one in 1977, Josh. I was 2 years old, and she said I fell asleep, but she said when the ships were flying around the Death Star, I woke up and really enjoyed that, she said.
Speaking of that, have you seen the video of the drone show that they've got in Disney now?
I don't think so.
So at Disney Springs, they have a drone show at night, and they have a Star Wars portion of it. And I'm not going to describe any more than that, because enjoy it for the first time. Like, even on video, it's like, ooh.
It like looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks so cool. It's so neat.
So it's a drone show.
Yeah, and they've got audio that plays over it as well.
Wow.
So, you know,
only
the music
Disney
kicks in. I know. Yeah.
They're just so good.
They, you know, out of all the flaws, right? They've got flaws. They do amazing work when it comes to entertaining and providing some really cool, unique experiences. And
for sure.
I give them tons of credit for that.
I love Disney World. Yeah. I'll go there hopefully for the rest of my life. Yeah. And never complain about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, when it comes to Star Wars, of course, we can critique that.
Yeah.
But their theme parks and what they do down there is just, it's second to none.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Remember when you go into Magic Kingdom, you know, where the train station's at, you know, the front gate there, and it says, you know, Magic Kingdom, the most magic place on earth. And I'm like, you know, that's probably an accurate statement.
I mean, we went in January. We did a full Disney trip. The kids are still young enough that we figured they would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, I don't think you ever age out of Disney. But a lot of the things that make it great for kids, they're still at that age range.
Yeah, you know? Cool.
So we decided to just do it one time. we
did a big one.
We did a big one.
Nice.
We kept it affordable because holy cow.
Yeah.
Disney.
That's a complaint I could have. I'm sure most of us would complain, but honestly, good grief, you have so much fun, and
we had a blast.
Yeah.
It was a great trip.
To me, it was worth every penny.
Yeah. I mean, we did all 4 parks. I feel like we did.
Wow.
We did them too close together at times because I mean I'm getting older.
Hard to.
That's a hard.
You got to be in good shape for that, right?
Yeah. We were afterwards. I think we walked over 50-something miles just in the parks. So. On
a hot day at that.
Yeah. Weather-wise, it was pretty nice.
Excellent.
It was good. Definitely not the 90 degrees that I can get to. But.
Well, yeah, you went in January.
Yeah, January.
Perfect.
Yeah. But it was a blast. The kids had a blast. Seeing my youngest, he just turned 8.
Perfect age.
Seeing him meet Mickey for the first time. Fantastic.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah, my oldest, we got to the hotel and they had some characters out there, and then Donald comes out of nowhere and just like hugs my oldest son, and he's just like.
Now, how old's he then?
He just turned 14.
Okay, so he was about 13.
Yeah.
So you had your youngest 8, your oldest 13. That's got to be about the perfect age.
Yeah. Well, then I got my middle son. He's 10. He just turned 10. So,
there.
Yeah, I mean, we get a little bit of everything.
That's perfect, man. What a great trip.
Oh, it was awesome. They had a blast. We kind of had to remind them like, hey, we flew. Slow down on the buying stuff.
On the merch, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was only limited to, I think, 1 lightsaber at the time because, couldn't get it back in bags.
Yeah, and they give you those cool cases.
Oh, they're incredible. Yeah.
Where the blade fits in it.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat, man.
Yeah, I think, what did I come home with that? Oh, it was the Cal Kestis. Got the Cal Kestis lightsaber that time.
Heck yeah.
That's heavy.
That's a bit, that one's pretty heavy too.
Yeah, they put some weight in those things.
That's for sure. And, some of those guys make those blades. I forgot to start the timer. Oh well, we're doing fine.
Yeah.
We'll go 15 more minutes.
Yeah, it works.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, companies, I don't know if Star Wars Theory does. He probably does, but some of those companies, their blades are made to hit.
Oh yeah.
So you and I could go out there and really. And I'm like,
durable.
Very durable.
The lights in them, like, hold.
Still shine, baby.
They are bright.
I mean, what's going to happen when we have real lightsabers?
I mean, what's that one channel? The can't remember the channel. They've been working on building lightsabers.
It doesn't surprise me. You think it's possible?
I
mean, obviously, we probably aren't going to have a kyber crystal. But...
Yeah, I don't think we'd be far off. I mean, who knows? Like, you look at the history of flight.
Yeah.
I mean, from the time that we first took flight to walking on the moon to being in space, like it was only 60 years.
Yeah.
So 70 years.
All within close to 100 years.
Yeah.
And there's people that live 100 years,
Yeah.
Can you imagine what they've seen? Oh, my goodness.
See, that's one thing. My dad was born in 45. And,
Wow, seriously?
Yeah. So, a lot of people are like, it's an older dad.
Yeah.
But
right after the war.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, if you're a history fan or if you enjoy just anything that has to do with just history, it was fantastic. Like I had living history in my house.
Yeah, in your house. Yeah. And big history at that.
Yeah. Oh,
Good grief.
I mean, he grew up.
Of course, he gets to tell you about the 50s.
50s, 60s. I mean, I've, family that was in, Vietnam War, that were cousins and brothers to him. So, I mean, he had a lot of different stories. I mean, it was an incredible time.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. He was a wealth of knowledge, growing up. Really, I think that kind of helped me appreciate history more.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good thing, Josh.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Did you, when you came down, did you see my the Declaration of Independence?
I did.
So that I went with my daughter's 8th grade class back in October of 2023, and that's our group photo right there, and behind or in front of the Capitol building. And that's awesome. Your dad,
was,
like a history lesson.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure growing up.
Oh, it was great. I mean, you'd watch documentaries or something like that, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was there for that," or, I remember that. It's like,
yeah,
tell me about it.
Neat stuff, man.
Yeah,
yeah. That thing there. That means I don't even think my daughter has seen it yet.
Yeah.
She doesn't come down here much.
Is the DC trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Did your son go on that?
So I think he's eligible this coming year.
Okay, yeah. He needs to go, and you should go and be a chaperone.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Go and be a chaperone.
Yeah.
Trent is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Trent's the perfect guide for that stuff.
Yeah.
Trent Beer.
Yeah.
And the company he hires, Capital Tours, I think. They're fantastic.
Because it's what, a 3-4 day?
3 days.
Yeah.
Three or three. Bad. Is it 3 nights? I want to say 3 nights. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. It was a blast.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. I mean, so did you go through Gettysburg as well?
Yes.
See, that would be.
And so when you're there, see, it means, I'm going to tell you what, those kids, that group of kids, they behaved wonderfully.
Oh, that's
great.
They
did.
Yeah.
And the chaperones were great. I knew most of the chaperones,
Yeah.
and you're not going to find better role models.
Yeah. Now, do you brought that up? The kids were great. Do you find when you give kids, especially like young adult kids, opportunities to be great, they really take it and run with it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, after being with those kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not too worried about the future, I guess.
Yeah.
Of this country.
Yeah.
Although I'm worried about it now, but no, we're in good hands if the rest of the nation has 8th graders like that.
Yeah, I mean, I coach youth sports.
Yeah.
And I have a blast doing it. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Sure.
So, getting to know some of the kids and work with the kids, a lot of them, some people are just like, yeah, I mean, he's a good kid, but it's like, well, you give them an opportunity, and there's some great kids out there. They
build
just need
them
the
up.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Build. Yeah. You know what we do at work, Josh, with the engagement. Remember how big that was last year?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do every day.
Yeah.
I encourage them to do something, do it great, be great at it.
Yeah.
Try your best.
Yeah.
100%. Always. And it's because I coached 4th and 5th grade girls basketball.
Oh, nice.
Because of my daughter. And I, the varsity coach at the time said, hey, would you be interested in coaching these travel teams?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. And, I know basketball is the one sport I can play very good, but I didn't know a whole lot about the fundamentals, but other than being through it when I was young.
Yeah.
So, but the cool thing is, the talent wasn't quite there as 4th and 5th graders, but when you make them believe in themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Who wants it? I would say we're down by 2 or we're tied. And there's 30 seconds left. Who wants it? We got to dig deep, and we'd be in that huddle. And then how they do the 1, 2, 3, Lady Warriors. I'd say, let's blow the roof off the place. Yeah. After I gave them the
get them jazzed. Yeah.
I got in 1, 2. Blow the roof off, play, and they go out there and win the game, or play like crazy to try to win the game.
Yeah.
In which I always said, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Yeah.
And if we lost a close game, I'm like, you played great. Those young ladies, and most of them are still playing.
Yeah. No, that's
they're starting in high school.
I told flag football. I coached flag football as well, and the spring season ended, and start of the season, I told the kids, like, look, I don't want perfection. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking you just to give me 100% effort.
Yeah.
If you give me 100% effort, we're going to go places.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to be perfect, and I don't want you to have that expectation. We're going to make mistakes, and that's fine. But that 100% effort is better than some kids are going to give on a good day.
Right.
So, and I mean, a great group of kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we ended up winning the tournament.
All right.
For the season, which is great. And I really enjoyed being with that team. So, and then that's what they did. They came out there. They worked as a team. They kept each other going. Made my job easy because all I had to do was kind of come out there and just,
motivate them and show them, hey, put this right here, stay right there,
But, the thing I love, too, is that all the kids that were on that team, they gave it everything.
Awesome.
They showed, like, hey, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah.
And they did. They earned it. Like, let's be honest. They
that was flag football?
Yeah, flag football. Yeah.
Awesome.
And the best thing I got, though, it wasn't that we won. Like, that was great. That's always fun to win. Because who doesn't love winning,
sure.
But the thing that I loved was I had a few parents came up and said, hey, we appreciate everything you did. And, just thank you for spending time with the kids and coaching. And the big one for me was I had a dad come up and say he fell in love with the game. He wants to play more. He wants to come back next year. And to me, that's great because if I can get kids to enjoy the sport, and I know, football, it's got its controversies and stuff. A lot of parents are big fans of the contact and everything. But even if they don't play full contact football, if they just love the sport, then I feel great, man. I just want them to love the game.
Coach got them to love the game.
Yeah.
Good job.
I want to see. I'm hoping if they don't play, in the fall, that they come back for the fall season of flag football.
Yeah.
Just that's my big thing. I just want them to love the game.
I would say, in what you're doing, being a good role model.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
For these kids, it makes a huge difference, man.
Yeah.
You never know. I had so many good role models, whether it was teachers, coaches, and then youth pastors and preachers at church. These people made me who I am today, literally, in a lot of ways. And, of course, my family, too, grandparents and parents and brothers, aunts and uncles, right? That helps, being a role model.
I think having a good family structure is awesome. It's great. It definitely helps. But I think you also need that support outside of the home as well.
Sure.
Great parents. They sacrifice for us every day. But it was nice that, excuse me, I look back and I see, some of the coaches I had too. And I still kind of take some of their lessons and everything because it is true. Your parents tell you something, you just roll your eyes and just go about your day.
But someone else.
Like, oh yeah, no, I get it now. And it's like, oh, come on. But
that is so true, Josh. Yeah. My mom, if she were to watch this, she'd be like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I've apologized for many times in my adult years after having kids. I'm like, Mom, I'm so sorry.
I think once you hit your 20s, late 20s, you start to go, Mom and Dad, they kind of knew a few things.
They knew.
Yeah.
That is a very accurate statement.
Yeah. So, I think it's important that we, that we have positive role models and positive influences outside the home as well.
Yeah.
Because it takes a community, right?
Makes the world go round.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
Yeah. I talked to someone a few weeks ago. They're part of the board for the athletics and stuff, and we were kind of talking about how we've got a great community, and we really need to.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Work together, and it takes a whole community to make a community.
Yeah.
It's not just 2 or 3 people at the top or.
In hopes too, Josh, that will expand outward, right?
And I think it starts with the kids.
Yeah.
Like if you got kids that are seeing you volunteer and you're picking up trash, if you're just walking through the park and you're throwing stuff away, or I'm not trying to sound like a saint, but
the little things.
Yeah, it starts with teaching the kids, and then have them grow, and then they teach, and I think that's the big thing. We got.
Then hopefully everybody can go to Disney World.
I know.
And have a little fun, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's a lot of hard work. You got to have fun.
Yeah. Make sure you take a trip.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. you gotta get away every once in a while.
Yeah. Build a lightsaber.
Definitely build a lightsaber. I'm trying to talk my sister into doing that for my nephew.
Oh,
and she's like. She's like, you can pay for it. I'm like, no. you know, don't
you
tempt
paid
me.
for 4 of them. That's impressive.
Yeah. Holy cow! Yeah.
Savi's workshop got an upgrade after that week.
I got a great wife.
Yeah, right, and so do I, because you know my daughter could have built the lightsaber too, but she wanted to build the droid.
Oh yeah. So we did that too.
The droid. I got my little. Yeah. I confiscated her R4.
Oh, we went with an R unit.
Yeah, and they are incredible. Yeah. You can make those little things spin, and
did you know they'll interact with the droids with the? Yeah. It's like that's awesome.
That's Disney for you.
Yeah,
they're just good.
Yeah.
And how cool was that workshop?
That one's cool
awesome.
Too. Yeah.
Where they got the conveyor belt and it's got all the robot parts, legs and arms, and I'm like, whoa,
I feel like that one's underrated, right?
It's underrated.
It's very, like, I get it. It's not as cool as a lightsaber. I mean, to me, I guess.
Sure.
It's very, opinionated.
But it's still pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
And when we go back, which I believe we're going October 24, maybe December, I plan on getting my own droid.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Like we'll have to get together and talk about that.
Yeah.
It'd been a while since we had gone, and so this is the first time we went back. And just walking in, you round that one corner, and you can hear the sounds already starting to go. And you got the ship flyovers and everything. And oh man,
yeah. What'd you think of Hollywood Studios down there with the specifically Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge?
I love it.
It's incredible, wasn't it?
You definitely want to know when to go. As far as like the day during the day time you get there. We went a little later in the afternoon, so I feel like that's one of the spots everybody hits right in the morning. Is they're just like, we're gonna hit Galaxy's Edge first and everything. But we went a little later, and so the crowd wasn't as bad. It feels like you're walking through an actual Star Wars town.
I would say,
you
got the like not a mountain, but a big cliff,
the spires and everything
spires
popping up, and
ships hanging out, in various places. Yeah. And my son and I went back at night.
Yeah,
and it was phenomenal.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. No. Like during the day, you're like, it's hot.
Yeah.
Kind of need some shade, but you go back at night and
the lights,
the ambiance is incredible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to lose my battery.
Oh no.
That's all right. We're going on 27 minutes.
Oh no.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. I'm Scotty Rocker. I want to thank Josh McKenzie for joining me. Josh, thanks.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time?
Oh, this is great. Like you let me know. I'll be back anytime.
Well, we're definitely going to do it again.
Yeah.
So hope you all tune in. If you like what you see, click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.